In this video, I'm going to show you on how to upgrade your Drupal site to PHP 8. More particular, PHP 8.1.4, I think, or 8.1.5, doesn't matter. I've recently upgraded some Drupal sites and it was quite smoothly. I'm very happy with it. It was not a big deal. So let's move on and let's have a look to all the steps. I have a guiding blog post. Check the description for the link. So the first thing you would need to do is you have to upgrade, to the latest version of Drupal. This is important. So I think at this moment we are on Drupal 9.5 or something. So let's have a look to my composer file. So this is important. Just a quick side note, you know, the composer needs to have all the carrots here, you know, the heads or whatever. So larger than. So your Drupal/core recommended. Also use Drupal/core recommended, not Drupal/core. Just say higher than, and on all your contrib, also higher than. So you have to get this, you know, upgrade mechanism going. You have to upgrade everything. So everything higher than. So I'm gonna run composer updates. So composer update with all dependencies. Yes. So it's now upgrading. Actually, I don't need to upgrade. I think this platform is already in the latest version. So it's just for, you know, to show you really all the steps. So then you would have to do drush updb -y. So that's just run your database upgrades. So yes, now we're in the latest version. What you also could do is now run drush config export and commit your latest config. So this is before the PHP 8 changes. Okay, the next step. At this moment, my platform runs on a Docker server, Docker image, and it's on a Docker image for PHP 7. So now I need to just stop my Docker, config it for PHP 8, and then, you know, reboot this. So this is the first step. So there are several ways you can host your local projects, you know, Docker, Vagrant, etc. I have an example for Orlando. It's just easy, just change the config to PHP 8.1. I'm gonna do this now with my Docker image and restart my Docker. Okay, so I just restarted my server. I've got PHP version 8.1.5 here on my backend, and also in my terminal I have PHP 8 running. So this is the first step. We need to restart, reboot our server and have PHP 8 in place. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add two things to our composer.json, and that's in the require section. We're gonna add PHP dependency. Why is this? This is just for the system to know that every package needs to be, you know, the PHP 8.1 package, and this goes for, you know, add-ons and things that get loaded from Symfony packages as well. So let's just do that. Here it is. So I'm gonna require PHP larger than 8.1, and also my platform PHP, this also needs to be 8.1. Okay, now I can hit composer update again, and you'll see this will add just a few new dependencies which we haven't had already. So and here, this is an important one. It asks, do you trust composer/installers to execute code and wish to enable it now. So you're gonna hit yes, probably a couple of times. So this is something new with Composer and PHP 8. It needs to get, get some permission from you to some packages need permission from the composer.json file to install some extra things or do some extra things. This is, a pretty recent Composer edition, I guess. So what this will do is this is gonna change your composer.json and add a few things. Let's go there. So what this has done, it's not in here already. Maybe I just have to go back. Here, it added automatically the allow plugins thing here. Okay, and if you run some kind of DevOps system, this can make your Composer install fail, because it really needs these permissions in the composer.json file. This as a side note. So this is done. Let's have a look to the blog post. What's the second or the next step? So what we need to do now is we need to check for code compatibility. And I've tried out some packages, and I think this one, and you can just copy the command from the blog post. This one is very useful. It's PHP Stan, and actually PHP Stan for Drupal, made by Matt Gleiman, and it will check for deprecations in PHP 8. Let's have a look how this works. It's pretty neat. So you just run the command, and this will install these extra packages. And yes, of course, we need to give permission to Composer. And now I'm inside my root file, and now I can just say, and let's look for the command again. PHP Stan analyze web modules custom. So PHP Stan analyze web modules custom. You can ignore my xdebug trigger here. This is just, xdebug is a debugging software. All right, so it found 44 errors. Okay, this is interesting. I can tell you that some of them are not useful. So here we have bit, source, entity, bit, and it says missing explicit access check on entity query. And this is a very well-known thing you need to do for Drupal 10. So it is a good thing that when you upgrade for Drupal 9, that you also upgrade for Drupal, if you upgrade for PHP 8, that you also do all the deprecation checks for Drupal 10 already. This will make your upgrade to Drupal 10 go extremely smooth. So here inside my bit.php, it says we need to do some kind of access check, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do it right away. So let's go to the file. Here it is. So bit, source, entity, bit, and I'm running probably some kind of entity queries, and this is a well-known thing. I have a snippet of it also on my blog. So for Drupal 10 you need to add some kind of access check. So it's probably something where you can also add access checks if this user has access on entity queries. So this is something that was not mandatory. So I'm gonna do access check false, because this will just I haven't written these queries for checking for access of the user, so I'm just adding access check false, and this will get rid of a lot of complaints from my PHP stand. So okay, first thing I need to do is go over all these access check, and then I can just look at the other things. All right, non-abstract class contains abstract method. This is just something more, PHP wise. This is not really a deprecation or something. And then Drupal calls should be avoided in classes. Use dependency injection instead. So we know that when we run, object-oriented code, we need to use a lot of dependency injection instead of just, calling service right away. But Drupal uses some things like the Messenger API, which is just a direct service call, and PHP stand will complain about it. So in general, I ignore them. So let's just have a look. So we got offer publish controller, line 29. It's inside the offer module, source controller, offer publish, line 29. So yeah, this is just some, a call directly to a service, add message, blah, blah, is published. I'm not gonna change this, these are just, good practice Drupal ways, and I don't need dependency injection for this. So let's go to the next. Again, some explicit access check, and then here, this is more interesting. So we've got a deprecated class. So it has a deprecated class hint, since Symfony 3 use this instead. So this is an interesting one. I could go ahead and fix this, but I'm gonna, end the tutorial soon. So here, yeah, it's almost always the same. This is also a very interesting one. So call to deprecated function render in Drupal 9 .3.0 and is removed from Drupal 10. So use the interface of render instead. So very interesting. Offer dynamic operation links. This is also a very well-known one. So I'm gonna add these to the blog post as well, all these typical error things. So I should change, a default render method to the Drupal service renderer. So I'm gonna do this directly in the code. I'm gonna show you as well. So here I have some return render drop button, and I'm gonna just do return. It's probably better to just do something like return. Oh, some language issue going on. Okay, so this is fixed now, and I just analyze again and again until I only have, these complaints about my dependency injection left, and I'm good to go. So this is it. Also a few more small pitfalls, and this is something that PHP stand doesn't detect, is like if you have some kind of JSON decode method, or actually the typical methods PHP uses. For example, a string length method. So if the variable you're putting into your method, string length or JSON decode, is null, it will give an error, on your website itself. You will get an error notice. So make sure you scan your website for these, because these are the only errors, or things that I hadn't found on a website that could go wrong or give errors. So I'm giving you these as well. Like I said, I'm gonna push this to the bottom of the blog post. So this is it. Like I said, it went pretty smoothly. I'm happy about it, and it's cool that the community is now moving on, working on the latest PHP version. So good luck with it, and let me know in the comments how it went.